Hello, everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com here. Welcome to my Tuesday night live video. It is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. It means it's Valentine's Eve. I'm just going to blab for a tiny little bit here while we let people join. I got on like a couple seconds late because my face phone, that one right there, it didn't want to connect. I was like, come on, it's 5. We got to start. And it was like, no, I'm still napping. So in case you're wondering, because, we'll just talk about anything. I use 2 iPhones to film, and they're my old iPhones. So they really only ever get turned on for the live videos every week. I do this, I charge them, I shut them completely down, and then I start them back up the next week. So sometimes they just take their sweet time to load. And that's okay, because you know what? I'm feeling tired today too, so I can't blame the phone, right? Anyway, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the air, but I'm sleepy. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Lori. Hi, Debbie. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today. If you've been around for a little while, like maybe a little over a month or so, I'm a basketball aunt. I've got my auntie shirt on today. My niece and nephew, but really my sister, got this for me, I think last year for Valentine's Day. Definitely for Valentine's Day. I just don't remember if it's last year. But then on the sleeve, it's got all my niece and nephew's names. So I don't mention my niece Allie very often. She's older. She's 17, and I don't see her very often. So anyway, in case you're like, who's Allie? Is that the dog? No, the dog didn't make the sweatshirt. Anyway, which is funny. When my sister gave me the shirt, she said, I really wanted to put Sadie. That's my doggy niece. She said, I wanted to put Sadie on there, but I could only pick 3 names. And I figured I better do the humans over the dog. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. You should have done the humans. So I figured tonight, since I have to be a basketball aunt, I better wear my Valentine's Day sweatshirt, right? Yeah. So anyway. Okay, so we're going to get started in a second here, but I am going to go ahead right away and flip down my camera because I have some Valentine's Day gifts to share with you. And Lori Hall, I know you're watching. I don't have everything of yours to share, and I do apologize for that. But all your candy was gone, like probably within 2 days of me getting that. So yes, Alicia has a doggy niece named Sadie too. So, it's just a good name for a dog, I guess. Hi, Lene. Hello, everyone. All right, so I wanted to share a couple of cute Valentine's Day cards because maybe you're making some for somebody that you're seeing tomorrow and you're like, I need some ideas. So here's some ideas for you. This one came from Kristen Bryant, and she is so sweet to send this one. It says, sending you lots of love. And I always get the name of this die wrong. I own it, but I've honestly never used it. Do you have stuff in your craft stash you've never used? Yeah, let's try to use them, okay? I think it's called Patchwork Pieces, and she used that with the Most Adored Celebration paper, which is so perfect for Valentine's Day. And then this is from, what's the name? It's the one with the pull tabs. It's got like pull apart tabs. What is it called? I don't know. Somebody will know. Hi, Heather. Let's see if I can flip in my catalog fast enough. It's the one, it's like towards the beginning of the catalog, and it has those little pull tabs. It's not a bundle I have, so the name, of course, is not. Hooray for surprises. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, and Lori says she hasn't used the die either, but she had to have it. I know, I saw it in the catalog, and I was like, need, and I haven't used it. We will, and it's perfect because look at all these different pieces. So you can run the whole die through this pattern, and then this pattern. So what, there's 6 patterns here, and then you have 6 different cards using all the different patterns, which is a really neat idea. So that one's from Kristen. And then I got this one here from my team member, Alicia, who's watching, Alicia Markfurt. And Alicia, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to make you teach me how to do a double bow without the tail string. This. So this is a cool one because it is like the full size of a card, but you've got that die cut on the top. So it's like actually like a square card, but with this added to the top, it's the top. I know it's a great die. It's just, I don't know. And then she also decorated the envelope, of course, because it's so cute. And Alicia also sent, and I did take this out of the packaging. And then I had to put it back in because I had to show you all, because look at that cute little tag. So Alicia also sent this cute little gift, and I will open it. But it's got this cute little bee tag here, and she's so sweet. She sent one for my mom too, which is so kind of her. And Sorry, it's probably loud, so I won't talk. Look at this adorable, adorable mailbox she made with a little Velcro closure. And I didn't eat this candy. I restricted myself a little bit. It'll probably be gone tonight, though. Yeah. Anyway, and then at our team meeting a few weeks ago, or yeah, like a week and a half ago, Alicia was mentioning these cute little bottles she puts our green glue in, and then it's got like a fine tip edge at the top, and she loves it. So she sent me one, and I'm gonna try it out. But I had to show you all. And for this next one, hold on one second. This is from Lori Hall, and Lori, I mentioned earlier, I already ate all the candy. So I'll say Lori sent me a really cute heart. I wouldn't call it a box, but you know, like words are really hard today. It's like I want to say enclosure, but that doesn't sound right either. What do you call that? Treat packaging? Lori, you're gonna have to help me out. It's very cute, and my mom took it. Ornament. Okay, thank you. I didn't realize it was an ornament. My mom took it from me. She was like, "You're gonna eat all that candy, and then it's mine." And I was like, okay. So she took it, but there was candy inside, and it was good, and I ate it all. But Lori also sent me this, and I had to grab it off my door because I immediately put it on my door. But how stinking cute is this sign? This is so cute. And you guys, you know what? I don't have like almost anything for Valentine's Day decoration because I feel like I go so out for Christmas. And then I just like all of a sudden we're at Valentine's Day. Like tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Who knew? I don't know how that's possible, but this is just so super stinking cute. So I am assuming Lori bought the palette and then added our DSP and a bunch of bees. And then of course those beautiful hearts. And how cool is that those hearts are in that punch too. So super duper cute. Thank you so much, Lori. I love it. And I gotta bring it back upstairs. It's actually on my bedroom door because I love it so much. So then I see it more because believe it or not, I don't even get down to my craft room every day. I know, right? We've been really busy at work lately. So usually I can make it down here once a day. Even if I'm not crafting, I can just like, you added the beads too? I was wondering that. And then I was like, I don't know. So she added those beads. That is so cute. So cute. So I wanted to show you guys, they're already like up in their bags, all ready to go to basketball tonight. I almost said soccer. But I wanted to show you, I took a picture of what I made for my niece and nephew. So hopefully that you can see this. Okay, but I made little mailboxes for my niece and nephew. They're different from Alicia's, but they're super stinking cute. And I learned about these from Erica Serwin, and they were just so cute. So I made this one's Kylie's, and then this one's Russell's. Russell Red. That's how I remember it. Russell Red, and Kylie's is Flirty Flamingo. So I'm excited to give them to them tonight. But I have to be honest, you know, I filled it a lot with a lot of heavy candy, and it kind of came apart a little. I need to show you. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video to see. Actually, maybe we could do that. I haven't designed. Next week, we're going to use the Sending Love bundle, and I haven't designed any projects yet. So maybe I could show it. Great idea, Debbie. Okay. All right. So, hey, Kathleen. Oh, Alicia made one like that too. I know. Erica is very good with 3D items. I can make 3D items, but somebody else has to have the instructions. I'm not usually very good at figuring them out on my own, which is funny because I have a math brain. I just don't think I have the patience. So, plus I'm not like a lot of crafters. What I've discovered, because no matter what I make, it's a finished product. Like I don't throw away pieces of cards or whatever, because I'm like, somebody will love this. It's getting mailed or it's getting gifted or whatever. So I think that with 3D, if I had to like play around with a bunch of stuff and then like throw away cardstock because it wasn't the right measurements, I just don't know that I could do it. So anyway, yeah, I think maybe that would be fun. I don't know if that would be one of the projects that you get to make next week, or if it would be the one that I give out on Monday. We'll see. If you guys want it as a project, let me know. All right. Anyway, let's flip to this week because we got basketball. And I'm going to try to share. I'm not bringing my camera to basketball tonight, so I'm going to try to share like phone stuff, on Instagram. So make sure you are following over there because they're just so cute. They only have 2 weeks left, this week and next week left. And then I won't be a basketball aunt anymore until next year because I have to turn back into a soccer aunt. All right. Anyway, if you have your mini catalog, go to page 22 and you will find the Perennial Lavender Suite. This is a mega suite because it has 2 bundles in it, Painted Lavender and Perennial Postage. Now, I have some sad news, which I was not really anticipating when I was planning this out. You don't do Instagram. The stories, I think, automatically share over to Facebook, Kathleen, so check there. I originate them, I should say, on Instagram, but they do post over onto Facebook, so check there. Oh, that's a good idea, Corinne. Like use like construction paper or something so then I don't feel so bad. That sounds bad, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway. So the Painted Lavender dies, which you see here, we are going to use today. Unfortunately, they are back ordered until the week of March 4th. So they were originally supposed to come back in next week. They got pushed 1 week and then they pushed a week again, but they are coming back. So I do apologize for that, but we are still going to use them tonight. And then we've got the Perennial Postage bundle as well. And these dies are amazing. And the sentiments are amazing. So even if you're not a huge fan of the suite, this is definitely a bundle I would encourage you to check out because you've got lots of sentiments here covered, lots of beautiful fonts in here too. I love the mix of like just the text and then the cursive. And then also these dies are incredible. I actually bought a duplicate set of the dies just for all of these shapes. So we're going to use both of these tonight. And I got to figure out how to fit 2 bundles on my desk. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you a couple of card samples. First, these ones I shared yesterday, and I do just have to peek at the names. So yesterday I shared 6 cards made with this suite that I got in a card swap or a couple of card swaps. So I want to share those with you here. So this one is from Erin McMahon. I don't know if I pronounced her name right, so I apologize. But this one is super cute. She's got that gold embossing with the postage die. This one is from Kim Innes. So cute. We've got Mother's Day covered. Super fun sentiment there. This one is from Dina Rico. And this one is so awesome too. I love how the purples and the greens mix together with this suite. And I'm not even the biggest purple fan. This one is from Jennifer Oli or Olea. I'm not sure how to say that either. But super cute. And she just used the DSP here and then the die here from Painted Lavender. This sentiment is actually from somewhere else that I can't think of. This next one is from Marcia Gay. And this one is so cute. Such a great way to show off if you have smaller pieces of DSP. Such a fun way to show that off. 2 different patterns here used on this card. And then this final one is from my friend Dee Slater. And this one is so cute too. She also used a couple of patterns of DSP and she actually die cut out this DSP with the Perennial Postage dies. So thanks to everyone who participated in that card swap. I hope you like these cards. I sure do. And I did share them on my blog. So if there's any you want to case, absolutely go for it. Just go over, check out my blog. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the 3 cards we're going to make together tonight. So they are super duper fun. This one I did share on my blog this morning. Then we've got this one. This one is probably my favorite this week. And then we've got this super fun one as well. So yeah, some really amazing DSP. So easy to work with. And it's so easy, like you could use this pattern or a different pattern or that pattern or, whatever. Like it's just so easy to create with this set. So if you would like the card kits for the 3 cards we're going to make together tonight, I am offering them as a gift with purchase this week. So let me change my little banner here at the bottom. If you place an order in my online store through this Friday, February 16th at like 11:59 p.m. Central Time of $40 before tax and shipping, you will get the supplies to make 6 cards. So 2 of each of this one and then the other 2 that I just showed. And then if your order goes over $50, you guys are going to laugh at how pathetic this is going to look. Well, not pathetic. It's like achievement. You're going to get a full pack of rhinestones. Do you like how I only have 8 left? And I am determined to use all 8 tonight. So, You guys know I can't just leave two like gems on a thing. They just got to go on the card. So if you would like that, make sure you use this host code here, KYXPNYWE. And no, you don't have to memorize it. If you click the link in the description of this video, it'll take you to my online store. That host code will already be embedded for you. Also, at that $50 level, you do get to pick a Celebration item from Stampin' Up. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Celebration ends in 2 weeks. So if there's anything you still have your eye on with Celebration and you haven't gotten it yet, you might want to order soon just to make sure that, like, you know, you don't want to on February 29th, because we have leap year this year. You don't want to be like, ah, shoot, did I order that or not? You want to be able to go to your craft room and check, right? Not rely on if it's been shipped or not. So I definitely recommend placing your order soon. Make sure you take advantage of that. Okay. Also, one more plug real fast, because I sent out an email newsletter today from my new email provider. And I just wanted to let you know I do have a class opening registration tomorrow. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I got a couple of messages today. I sent out my newsletter and said that it was new. And I had a few people reach out and say, is it really you or is this spam? And I wanted to just clarify, it is really me, probably. If you're not sure, you can send me a screenshot and I'll verify. But I do have a class going out tomorrow with the cutest cows. It is different from the class to go that we did a few weeks ago. Different projects. You are going to love them. We have 2 3D items and 4 cards. You get to make 2 of each. It's going to be awesome. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that, because there will be a surprise live tomorrow to talk about that. Okay, so card number 1, we've got a crumb cake card base, a Highland Heather layer. You'll have a pattern of the beautiful Perennial Lavender DSP. Here's that other side there. So you can see lots of different patterns that can go with this. So you might get this pattern, you might get this pattern, you might get a different pattern. If there's one in particular you really want, then I recommend you order that paper, because yours will be random in your kit from me. But of course, I'll make sure it coordinates and matches and is beautiful. I don't actually have to make sure that it's beautiful, because Stampin' Up! Already did that. But I love crumb cake too. So a mailbox class be fun. Yeah, maybe we'll do a mailbox together next week. There's a few changes I want to make to the one that I made for my niece and nephew. So maybe I'll do that, and maybe. You'll also have a piece of vellum. You'll have a piece of basic white to die cut out your little postage, your postage stamp or your label for your sentiment. And then you'll have a piece of shaded spruce to die cut 2 of these little leaves. I said that funny. You'll also have a piece of gorgeous grape to die cut. I'm calling this the lavender, but I don't know. It's like a sprig. And you'll also have some burlap ribbon. So just for a little bit of accent there. So let's start with stamping. This card is super simple. I wanted to keep this one simple, easy to duplicate. So we've just got to stamp a sentiment here, and you can absolutely make that sentiment whatever you want. There's so many great ones from the set. So I'm picking You're Simply Marvelous, because this is the one I think I can pass off as a birthday card. You can tie in a birthday sentiment from a different stamp set on the inside of the card. And it's just going to be gorgeous. So yeah, crumb cake is awesome with this paper. I agree. So I stamped that in gorgeous grape ink onto our postage stamp here. Let me just show you with the dies. I used this die right here. So the 3rd smallest rectangle. Okay. All righty. So let's go ahead. We're going to start assembling this card. So let's grab our DSP. Can't pick anything up today. So there we go. I got it. All right. I am adding some seal to the back of our DSP, and we will layer this onto our Highland Heather. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? It's just kind of fun with your DSP when you mat it on a colored cardstock. That color really pops out of the DSP more, you know? So I could have just, you know, mounted this on basic white, but it really pulls out the Highland Heather here. Not just the purple, but the Highland Heather in there. Super duper gorgeous. All right, so then we'll go ahead and place that onto our card front. Fold and burnish our card base here. Okay, then I'm going to take my vellum rectangle here, and just in the center, I'm just going to run 1 strip. I know that this is going to get covered. Here we go. There, can you see it now? I know it's going to get covered by my sentiment, my leaves, my sprig, my ribbon. So I just put it right in the center there. If you're a little bit nervous about where it's going to go, you might want to add all your bits and pieces to the vellum and then glue the vellum down to the card base, okay? All right, so we've got that added. Now I'm going to take my seal, go right back over that same spot that I did before. and we'll stick our sprigs down. Now, if you watched my reel this morning, I have to tell you, I was a little bit distracted when I filmed the reel for this card, and I put the ribbon down first, which is totally fine. You can still make it work, but I would recommend actually doing the seal first, and then you can add the ribbon on top of that, okay? So I'm just gonna go over it again with seal and take this little ribbon and just add that right on top. And I'm gonna pull it in a little bit, and I kind of wanna trim the edges here. So let's go ahead. I think I want this one. I did angled on the other one. I kind of want it to be like a straight edge. I think that's kind of fun. And you could decide, you know, if you want it to poke off of the DSP there or not. It's totally up to you. All right, then we've got our sentiment here, and we'll grab some dimensionals. And because of all the stuff I've got going on in the middle, and because this die is small enough, I'm not going to add a dimensional to the center. I'm just going to add a dimensional to each of the 4 corners, and then we'll pop this up. Now, if you have any leftover exposed seal, you'll want to make sure that you cover that. Hey, Lucia. I know they really do. Kathleen said that Stampin' Up! Continues to knock the DSP out of the park. Yeah, wait until those of you who are customers, wait until you see the new online exclusives, because wow, there's some DSP in there that's like amazing. All right, so it does have a vintage look. I agree. Okay, so we've got our rhinestones here. You can really pick whichever sizes you want, but you know, I'm really determined to use up all the rhinestones. So I'm going to use one medium, one little, and then another little up there in the corner. So that is card number 1. Look how quick, easy, simple that one came together. Super easily duplicatable. I almost forgot the word. I had to stop and think for a second. So you could easily duplicate that, change out your colors, change out your DSP. And even with DSP, that's not the lavender DSP, you could use something else and it would be just amazing. All right, let's go to this one, which is my favorite card. I don't know why, but it just is. Let's go ahead and make this card together. We are going to have to stamp and die cut a few things together, which is a-okay, right? All right, so let me put, I have so many envelopes up here. They're getting caught on each other. All right, let's take a look at what's in this card kit. For card number 2, we've got a Highland Heather base. Yes, it is exciting to, I think I missed some comments. Hold on, let me scroll up. Just a little bit. You just ordered the DSP yesterday. I love it. I know it's good stuff. Hey, Cheryl. It is good. It is really good stuff. Okay, so my phone screen ahead of me only shows 4 comments at a time. So if I miss your comment, I so apologize. I will try to scroll back and see them. But sometimes I just get so excited about crafting. All right, we've got a basic white layer. You'll have a Blackberry Bliss layer. We used this last week with Everyday Details, and I thought it needs to come back because it's in this DSP, and we are going to use it. You'll also have a piece of the DSP, and you'll have a piece of basic white to stamp on, and then also some vellum. We are going to, it might be kind of hard to tell here, but there is a vellum die cut square behind our pieces because we do have a pattern of paper that's a little bit more busy. I just like to make sure that there's just, you know, something to kind of diffuse and pull your eye towards our stamped images. So let's go ahead. I've got my Highland Heather ink pad. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to start with my Gorgeous Grape ink pad. And I've got this piece of lavender here. Now, this is like the smaller filler image. And then you can see here's like the fuller. So you've got the filler and the fuller, okay? The fuller we're going to use with Highland Heather. The filler we're going to use with Gorgeous Grape. You can also stamp off colors. So if you wanted, you could do full strength Gorgeous Grape here. And then you could do stamped off Gorgeous Grape with your filler piece. Wait, no, with your fuller piece. I thought I would make it easier for all of us, and I just ended up confusing myself too. Hey, Anne, welcome. Thanks so much. Yes, Blackberry Bliss is a really fun color. I agree. All right, so I stamped 2 of those here. Then we'll open up our Highland Heather, and we've got our fuller piece, the bigger one. Yeah. Anyway, and I'm gonna have to get my head over this, but you just can go ahead and kind of just eyeball it. I think I get the bottom lined up, and then I look at the top, and I'm like, oh, that's way off. So just kind of eyeball it, and then go ahead and stamp that down. And it just creates kind of a fun little look here. So we're going to do that for both of these. And I apologize. I know my head is in the way and I'm a little off camera, but I just need to make sure I can see it, see what I'm doing. So we've got those stamped. Then I'm gonna grab Lost Lagoon, because Lost Lagoon and Shaded Spruce are the two colors in this DSP. And I thought, oh my gosh, Lost Lagoon is absolutely stunning. I love Shaded Spruce too, and we are gonna use that on our last card. But Lost Lagoon is just kind of like a beautifully muted green, and it doesn't steal the attention away from all the purples here. So I stamped the single stem, I guess you would call it, here. And then I've got our sentiment that says, I know you will get through this. And I thought, how sweet is that? And we're just going to stamp that onto our basic white as well. And then we'll just go ahead and die cut out that label. All right, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and get all of our sticky stuff ready here, our Post-it note tape. So I've got my dies, and then we're going to use this die. It kind of looks like a ticket because it's straight on our edges here, or on our sides, edges, whatever. And then it's got kind of that, you know, scalloped edge here. So I am going to use some Post-it note tape. By the way, I shared a tip about using Post-it note tape on Sunday, and you guys are loving it. So I love how much you guys love this stuff too. And a lot of people said they like to use washi, and I think if washi works for you, absolutely go for it. Use what you've got. Washi for me, and it could just be a user error, let's be honest, washi actually ripped my cardstock. So I find with the Post-it note tape, it does not do that. It does not rip my cardstock. It does sometimes leave a little bit of stickiness on the cardstock, but I just rub my finger over it and it goes away. And usually it's not bothersome if it does. So, and I like that you can use it multiple times for multiple uses, and it's just awesome. All right, then we're going to grab the larger of the two squares as well to die cut out of the vellum. So let me grab my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Boom, there it is. And we'll go ahead and die cut out these pieces. So let's grab our basic white and our vellum. Now, when you have a blunt tip like this, you kind of want to angle it a little bit as it feeds through your machine. Otherwise, your machine might hesitate a little because it's trying to take all of that like pressure on at the same time. So I just angle it a little bit, and it gives me a nicer experience. Yes, Lori said that her washi ripped her paper and she was frustrated because she spent all that time coloring. Yeah, I know the feeling. So somebody else recommended this Post-it note tape to me a while ago, and I bought 6 rolls. 6. It was a 6-pack on Amazon. I was like, all right, I'll just do this because it's a deal, whatever. I'm still on the first roll, and it's been like 3 years. So you definitely don't, I mean, even if you do a lot of die cutting, you can see I've got a good deal left, and it's been years. So I don't know. All right, I know I'm off camera here, but I'm just grabbing our die cut pieces here, and then I'm lining up those lavender and stems to run them through the second time here. You only have a little stickiness. Yeah. So Deborah said she only has a little bit of stickiness when using the Post-it note tape. Yes, I agree with that. But if you do have any, let me show you here. Like this doesn't have any, but if I did right here, all I do is just kind of like rub my finger over it and it goes away. Just make sure you don't have ink on your finger. Yeah, it does. It lasts forever. I don't know what's going on. But I have 5 more rolls sitting on the shelf over there. I think I should just gift them. I've never heard of mint green tape. So, okay, let's see. I know I have another one. Post-it note tape, girl. Yes. Oh, Lucia got some when she was in the US last time. Yeah, I just love this stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it's a game changer because it's secure too. Like it holds your stuff in place really well. So then I'll just peel this piece off and I'll just stick it somewhere. And then when we die cut again in a little bit, I can just reuse that same tape, which is nice. So I'll probably throw it away after my live, but I don't have to. Like it's still good. Okay. All right. We've got all of our pieces now. Oh, look at, I'm talking about how good it is. And then I didn't even line it up right, but that's okay. That's why we have 2, because one of them gets hidden by our sentiment. Okay. So let's go ahead and start assembling here. So I'm going to add some seal to the back of our DSP and then layer this on our Blackberry Bliss piece. Now there is going to be no margin on the skinny ends. Okay. Just a little bit on the sides. So I am just using my fingers to help guide that into place. Let me grab my linen thread because I forgot to before we went live. Yeah, Deborah's gifted some too. Oh, Alicia, you have some of the mint green tape. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah, I got mine off of Amazon, Lori. I don't know. I've never looked for it in stores. So I don't know. I think someone said Staples has it. I don't even know if I have a Staples near me anymore. So I don't know. We used to, but I think it went out of business. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to flip this Blackberry Bliss piece over, add some seal kind of in the center here, and we're just going to lay down. I cut 2 pieces of linen thread. These will be included in your kit as well. And I just forgot to do them ahead of time. And I just I'm going to crisscross these. So you can see here they're straight. And I'm just going to pull it a little bit and crisscross them. And we'll go ahead and stick them down to that other side there. And then we'll just add some extra seal and layer this onto our basic white piece. Now I almost did that wrong. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm right-handed, I want to get it lined up right. And I was going to flip it upside down, and then I almost just adhered it to the wrong side. You could adhere it to either side. Adhere it. Wow, that was hard for me to say there. Okay, anyway, we got it. All right, so I am going to add some seal to the back of our basic white piece. Layer this onto our Highland Heather. So cute. And then we'll go ahead and close our Highland Heather base and burnish it with our bone folder. Okay. And then let me kind of sneak this off to the side a little. I'm going to grab my silicone mat just to help with the adhesive. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Nancy said Staples can order it for you. I personally don't need any more. And Amazon is just, part of my daily life. Let's be honest. I order from Amazon almost every day. I should say multiple times a week. Debbie said her husband found hers from Office Depot. We do have one of those close, but Office Max does not. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I am going to add some seal here to our lavender and our stems. And I'm using my silicone mat because I'm choosing to use seal because it's my favorite. But, the seal is bigger than our stems here. So I am going to pick whichever one looks worse. They both look pretty good. Maybe this one. And I was looking at the bottom to see if one looked not as great as the other one. And here, then we're going to pick the one that's off. See, like this. And that one's going to go here in the center. Okay. Then we'll grab our other guy and stick that on. And I'm just going to curl that exposed seal underneath and stick that there. Okay. And look, you barely even notice that that's off center. See? Genius. Just hide it. All right. On our vellum piece, then we are going to add some dimensionals. Just a couple. And I will just put this down onto my card. Now, it doesn't really super matter where it goes. I am going to trim off the bottom here. So just take my snips and I've got my snip here kind of lined up. It's butted against, it's got 3 layers because it's got that DSP, the Blackberry Bliss, and the basic white. So it's a pretty good guide. And I'm just going to chop. And it doesn't matter to me if it's perfect, but I just wanted to trim off the look because honestly, those stems just looked too long. So, all right, let me grab more linen thread here and I'm just going to go ahead and straighten it a little bit. And then we'll just trim some off. And I am going to loop this underneath my linen thread that's already here. Oh, come here. Doesn't want to. There we go. And we're just going to tie a bow. Now you could wrap your linen thread all the way around and tie that bow. I just like to do it this way. So perfect. And then just kind of play with it a little bit. I think that looks pretty good to me. All right, we've got our sentiment. We are going to double stack dimensionals on the left side, okay? Because we've got that vellum that's popped up on dimensionals. And so we're going to do that with our sentiment so that it's not all wonky. We're going to have it be, an even layer. All right, so we can go ahead. Now, this is what I like. I can scooch this bow down so it's not in my way. And I'm just going to kind of pick it up so I don't adhere that sentiment down to it and stick that sentiment down there. and grab our beautiful rhinestones. And then we're just going to grab 2 littles here and stick them on that basic white piece over to the left. No worries, Joan. We are glad you're here. Yes, I like the vellum because, I mean, like I said, this is a very busy pattern of DSP. It is gorgeous, but I think that these like die cut pieces would get a little bit lost if there wasn't something there to kind of be like, hey, this is where your eye should go, right? So I've really been getting into vellum a lot more lately because I just really think it just adds so much to the card. So that is our second card. Let me take a quick drink. And we will start card number 3. Now I have bad news for fussy cut dislikers. We fussy cut 2 times in this card. I have like a voice crack 2 times. I have full disclosure, when I stamped this leaf, I didn't know there wasn't a die for it. So, but I had to stick with it. So, all right, we'll be just fine. We got this. We can fussy cut, right? We got it. All right, so let's go ahead. Hi, Cindy. No worries on being late. We are glad you're here. We've got a thick basic white card base. We've got a crumb cake layer. We've got a pecan. Wow, every time I go live, I forget how I say pecan. Yes, it is vellum cardstock. Yes. We've got pecan pie. No, I don't know. It's like my brain freezes and I'm like, what do I say? I don't know. We've got a strip of gorgeous grape here. We've got a piece of Highland Heather for our sentiment. We've got a piece of basic white for our stamping and die cutting. And then we've also got some of our beautiful DSP. Now, here's my secret. What I did here is let me grab this one. This is the one I did for the reel, and you can see my slant goes the opposite way. So I will give you a piece of DSP that will cover like the whole mat here, right? And you will go ahead and just diagonally cut it. So you can see this one is a lot higher than this one's going to be. Totally fine. I wanted to show you the difference in the two. The pecan is down the hall. Pecan pie. I think that's what I say. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Learning to deal with fussy cutting. That's a good way to put it. Fussy cut when we have to, right? Anyway, so you'll cut that in half, and I went with a not super directional. I think you could argue that this is directional, but it's not too obvious. So a non-directional piece of DSP here so that you can flip it both ways, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with stamping. And we're going to do things, I usually like to stamp everything first. We're going to do things just a teeny bit out of order here. Not really out of order. I just want to get all my ducks in a row, Oh, funny. All right, so we have got pecan pie. I think I say pecan pie. Pecan pie. Yeah, I think I say pecan. I don't know, whatever. We've got pecan pie. Yeah, I definitely say that. And I've got this fun little like wildflower grassy grove kind of stamp here. I've already cut my DSP, but all you're going to do is you just pick whatever slant you want and just chop it, okay? And I'm going to use this as a guide. So I'm going to place it down on my crumb cake, ink up my stamp here, and then pull that away. And I'm just going to stamp this in a straight line here along the crumb cake layer, okay? Oh, I don't have enough space to put that stamp down. There we go. All right, so we've got that added. Let's close up pecan pie. Yep, that's definitely what I say. I just had to hear myself say it enough times naturally to know for sure. All right, so let's add some seal to the back of our DSP and layer this onto crumb cake here. Okay, and you can see there's a little bit of a margin there on our left, right, and bottom. And you could also make this card. You could put the DSP at the top. I think that would look pretty neat. And then I'm just going to take my seal, run it along there, and we're going to take this gorgeous grape strip and just angle it. Now, you can actually like angle it, however you want, as long as that DSP is, you can like, you wouldn't want to angle it like this, right? You get what I mean? So you can just go ahead, and I'm going to leave a little bit of seal exposed because I want to show you a trick. So let's put that like that. Okay, so you can see I've got a little bit of seal here still exposed from where I laid that down. You can see it there, that shiny part. Just same thing as I was saying with that Post-it note tape. If you just use your finger and rub it, it's gone. Super easy. So just a nice quick way to do that. Every time I say pecan pie, you think of the movie. Oh, I've never seen that movie. When Harry Met Sally. I've heard of it, but maybe I need to add that to my ultimate movie watching list. I don't know. Probably. It sounds like a classic. All right. So we've got that gorgeous grape added, and then I cut off the edges there. And we will add some seal to the crumb cake layer and then lay this onto our card base. Okay, and fold and burnish our card base. Such a fun card, this one. And then we've got this pecan pie piece for die cutting a rectangle, but we need to do some stamping. So let me grab our sentiment. And for this one, I am using You Are Loved Beyond Measure because I just think that's so, like just such a sweet card. And I'm using Blackberry Bliss ink. You could also use Gorgeous Grape, or you could heat emboss the sentiment on there. Excuse me. And I am going to close up Blackberry Bliss. Set this aside for fussy cutting. I know. All right, let me grab my Highland Heather ink pad. Open that guy up, and then we've got our like bunches of lavender stamp here, okay? And we are going to ink that up in Highland Heather, and then I'll stamp this onto our basic white piece. Beautiful. And close up Highland Heather. And then we're going to grab, there's kind of like a bunch of like, not like a lot, but like a bunch of stems. And I'm going to stamp those in Lost Lagoon onto our basic white. And then close up Lost Lagoon. And then last but not least, we've got this fun little leaf here that we're going to have to fussy cut, but we can do it. And this one I am going to stamp in Shaded Spruce. So we'll ink that up and then stamp that down onto our basic white piece. And I'm running out of room to store my stamps. Let me see if I can make a little bit of space. There we go. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and die cut these. So let me grab our dies. We've got this one and this one, and then our Post-it note tape from last time. And we'll get these lined up. Okay, beautiful. And then one more. Yeah, I stamped that leaf and I was like, wait a second, there's no die, but I want to use it. So it's okay. We'll live, right? Okay, and then we will stick that down. And then for our pecan pie piece, we are going to use this die here. So of the smaller rectangles, it's the largest one, okay? All right, so let me grab my machine. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. And we'll go ahead and die cut these out. And then we'll fussy cut. I know. Some of you are like, yay, fussy cutting. Which green do I use the most? I wouldn't really consider Lost Lagoon a green except in these cards, so I'm not going to count that as an option. But which green do I use the most? I feel like there's such a wide variety of greens, so probably Granny Apple Green. But like I don't know that I would want to use that. I like a variety. So I like Shaded Spruce or even like Old Olive for this suite because the purples are just lighter, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't have a great answer for you because I'm like, they're all awesome. Maybe Mossy Meadow. I'm looking at all my ink pads. I really like Mossy Meadow a lot. So, okay, let's set that down because we're done with it. Now we get to fussy cut. Yay. All right. Oh, thanks, Cindy. That's so kind. Thank you so much. All right, so let's fussy cut this out. This is just, so my rule with fussy cutting is if you don't like it, don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. We should all try things that are hard, okay? But honestly, if you're like, I do not like fussy cutting and you get this class kit, then skip stamping this and just grab some cardstock and die cut out the detailed leaf instead. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. But anyway, because I'm not a huge fan of fussy cutting, I just don't go too intricate with it. Like, extra white space does not bug me. It just doesn't. Because I look at it and I'm like, that would be a lot of extra work if I had to cut that out. And you know what? Card making is supposed to be fun, right? So if there's something that's not fun, then don't do it. Or in like cases of fussy cutting, do it when you have to. Do it to push yourself. Like, I don't really super mind it. I just wish I could snap my fingers and this would be over. You know what I'm saying? And then this cardstock on my right is getting in my way. Okay, so let's go around this one. And you can see I'm just kind of like going around the tips of the leaves here and just kind of like, I don't know. If you get a card from me and I fussy cut on it, no judgment is allowed, okay? At least I didn't cut off one of your stems or one of the leaves. I didn't cut it off, okay? Yeah. Okay, so let me grab all these pieces here, throw those up. And you rarely see anybody use garden green. Yeah, actually, I probably don't use garden green a whole lot. It really depends. A lot of my crafting sometimes will center around, if it's a suite, it will definitely center around the DSP. But you know what? You're right. And I used to really dislike Old Olive. I really didn't like that color for a long time. And now it's really starting to grow on me and I've been using it more. So definitely a good observation. I would say that you're probably right. Just in my own personal crafting. Yeah. If garden green were the color in this suite, I probably would have challenged myself to like really make a lot or do a lot with it, right? But I don't know. I do feel like I use shaded spruce a good amount. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite green, but it's definitely a very useful green. Okay, you can see I'm just cutting out this sentiment here. And I can see out of the top of my eye that you guys are sending in questions, but I just can't take my eye off of fussy cutting. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. All right. Yes, the sentiment would be pretty embossed in white. I agree. You don't mind fussy cutting if it's only on one card, but not if making multiples. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not fussy cut if it was multiples. Cindy says it's relaxing. Not for me. So Cindy says, yeah, it's, you just remember to move the paper around and not the scissors. Yeah, I do a little bit of both because I don't feel like either one really gives me a good cut. Just doing one. Oh, Lori fell in love with shaded spruce. I know. Mossy Meadow is a very pretty color. Okay, I think I caught up. Let's go ahead. We're going to assemble this. So we've got our pieces here. Let me pull back in my silicone mat just in case. Just in case. And we're just going to grab our fussy cut and die cut pieces here. Just add some seal. And then we're just going to, actually, we'll start with this piece. We're going to make a little scene now. Because my slant is the opposite way, I'm going to go the opposite way. Does that make sense? Do it opposite is what I did here. And just stick these guys down. Again, I'm just going to roll that seal underneath so it's not exposed. And pop that down. It's still stuck on my finger, so I've got some seal exposed right there. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to add some dimensionals. And we're going to even add one to our stem, because why not? Peel off all the backings. And we're going to stick this down onto our card. So again, I'm going to go on the right side this time. So all depending on which way you cut your DSP, which was total accident that I cut it the wrong way. There's not really a wrong way. It was just the opposite way of what I had intended. And I went, oops, after I cut it. And then because I don't like to waste it, I was like, well, we're sticking with it. So, all right, I'm just using some mini dimensionals here. I just had the black ones handy. And just put those around the word loved, just because it blends in a little bit easier here. Or it fits there better than it fits on the strip. And then we'll just stick this down. And finish off with our rhinestones. We've got 3 left, so you know we're going to use them all. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll just go 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Now I'm going to throw that away. Woohoo. All right. And there is our third card. Oh, no worries, Mary Ellen. We appreciate you are busy cute. Hi, Maria. Welcome. All right, let me pull in all of our cards here. I hope you enjoyed this week's class. Thank you so much for joining me. As a reminder, if you would like the card kits for these cards, I do offer them free with purchase. So free, it's a gift, a free gift from me as a thank you for placing an order with me. So if you would like them, all you have to do is place your order in my online store through this Friday, February 16th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. And a $40 order before tax and shipping will get you the supplies to make all 6 of these cards. So 2 each of the 3 different designs. And a $50 order, I just threw mine away, but just imagine I've got beautiful rhinestones in my hands right now. You'll get a full pack of rhinestones from me, which we used on all of the cards tonight. And let's see. Oh, and you'll get to pick a celebration item from Stampin' Up, which is, pretty sweet deal. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. Oh, make sure you use this host code as well when you check out. That host code is tied to the class. So if you don't use it, I won't know that you want the class. Unless your order goes over $150, then you can remove the host code because you will get free Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up, which is free product just for you. And I will still send you the class for that. Okay. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll have a surprise live to introduce a new cows class. So I'll see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye for now.